Xiaomei wasn't kidding when she said that the storyline will be sadistic. In fact, it has entered an area that Hiromashima rarely does. Don't get me wrong, he has done this before. It's just that we rarely see it because of all the hate people give Fairy Tail. And we finally also find out what may have happened to Hermit. It's more of a crisis of faith, so to speak. And that is going to take some time to heal. Although, once again, the story is going an immense amount of fast pacing, and that makes me a bit worried. I wanted at least 15 chapters of this arc, as much as I wanted to finish, so we can get back to happiness. I also feel like I still believe that this arc can have potential. The Angry Anime Fan, Eden Zero, Chapter 32. First off, a bit comedic when it turns out that everyone, including Happy, and yes, even Pino, seems to sleep in a very bad manner, bad sleeping habits, so to speak. I guess only Rebecca is normal. Then a nice color page of the rest of the gang. We do indeed find out that Sista's hair is indeed grey silver, and Moscow's skin is white. Although, to be fair, Homura's hair seems darker blue than before. I thought it was purple. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but they seem to be playing a game that seems to be very reminiscent of that Star Wars game. In the storyline, witches wonder what happened to Hermit that made her close off her heart, while sisters suddenly realize that there's strange data running through their line, and apparently implying that they've been hacked, and saying Eden Zero's security is top notch, but it's apparently only when Hermit is around. If you all remember, Hermit was the heart of Eden Zero. I guess that implies that she was meant to protect it from outside force trying to take control of it. Sister was the life, and that meant healing, the one who take care of everything else. But she does warn Witch that if they do something bad happens, there might be side effects in Digitalis. Elsewhere, the gang goes to a destination they think Hermit is, but being confronted by a very big, strange guy that, Shiki is just awesome, nice to see, because, they did have something similar. But the big, brutish guy, talks and is not actually here to fight. But apparently he's an event boss. I mean, as we said before, all the NPCs of this world is aware, so they know what they are or what they were programmed for. And this guy apparently think he is an event boss, because in the north town of in the town of North here, Krista there holds a quest of a hidden jewel, and they will find it and return it to the cave where I live. And but in a heartwarming story, he used it to protect the people, and he also spoiled it. But of course, they're not interested. And but he reveals the reason why he is in here is because Krista is in deep trouble. Someone is going around murdering ENPCs, and not only ENPCs but also players that somehow are still online. He's called Jamiroff the Murderer, the sight guy from before. He kills ENPCs without second thought. Very likely he does that because he doesn't consider them real humans, but then again he also kills human players, so it's not that the fact that he cannot see humanity for that. No, he literally cannot see humans as anything else other than toys to kill. And somehow this player cannot get banned. Given to what connection he has, I think it's very likely I know why. Either way, he has destroyed Krista, and the event file crumbled to pieces. So, and apparently this event boss also knows of Hermit, apparently calling her a player who just stares off, just the same thing that she does in the real world. But event boss does warn the boss that there is a strange thing here. So yeah, this event boss is kind of nice. Too bad he's only an ENPC, meaning that he cannot go to the real world. Indeed, Krista is in shambles, and they meet an ENPC who is quickly killed off by Jack, no wait, Jamiroff. Jamiroff the Reaper, I guess, because he wields a Reaper, and let me tell you, he is ugly, fitting for a sociopath. And then he begins to go around to establish himself as a true sociopath. It's apparently that he was getting to Digitals because he heard new players was here, implying that he has actually wanted to kill human players, but he just kills off NPCs to vet out his frustrations. And he is indeed a pervert who just says he is not interested in guys or gorillas. However, that doesn't mean he spares girls. And indeed, he has spared a number of people which I think are humans on a stick. I have to say that scene alone is very unlike Hiromishima. Don't get me wrong, we have seen that before. We just didn't see it in Fairy Tail. We saw it once in Raymaster. But this scene, seeing three corpses of half-dead people who are about to die on that stick, oh my god, that is a gruesome scene, fitting of almost a horror manga. Uh, so, and Jamiroff seems to be the guy who's actually preventing people from logging off, because he wants them to see also their final moments, and indeed he had killed them. So he introduced himself as Jamiroff, a selected player, a winner in real life he calls himself, as well as a man who is good friends, he says, with Draken Jo. Do you know what that means? That means that Draken Jo is involved into this, which warned that Eden Zero was being hacked. It's very likely that Draken Jo is somehow influencing guilds, and this Jamiroff is one of his enforcers. It wouldn't surprise me though if Jamiroff is in Draken Jo's eyes a nobody. However, Happy knows about them, and he calls Draken Jo one of the top warriors of this universe, the six galactic demon generals set to destroy worlds, meaning that Draken Jo is infamous, and there are six more powerful just like him, meaning that these six are the antagonists. Although, wouldn't it be ironic if Elsie is a sixth general, given to the fact that she has a very feared reputation? I wouldn't exactly be surprised if it turns out that Elsie really is a sixth general. And while she did help Shiki, she also says we're gonna be strangers after this. So yeah, I'm just implying. I'm not sure we could call Elsie a good person, but then again, it's not revealed yet if she is a sixth general. But I think we should at least suspect she is, given how she is dressed and all that. She does not seem like someone who would not have a famous title. Everyone knows of her. Even Rebecca knew of her. So yeah, if she's not a demon general, then she's definitely someone who rivals them. But Jamiroff is a player of this one. As he taunts the girl, Shiki declares he won't left unpunished. But will this be Shiki's first difficult fight? Note, only Homura, who is a boy in this universe, and Shiki are the only ones who actually can fight uh, against Jamiroff. But can they defeat him? Well, they have to at least get away from him, otherwise they're gonna get killed. But this story was said to be sadistic. But the story ends as we see the real hermit staring out just the same as she did when she was over there. And it's revealed she has a crisis of faith, because she says to herself that Siggy was a liar, because she says that even if a soul has a machine, human beings have no souls, revealing that the reason why she is in guilt is because she is shutting herself off from the real world. Something happened to her which made her see the worst in humanity, and now she believes that no human has soul. Perhaps she even logged in here and saw the selfishness of human players. Not to mention Jamiroff, who is the epitome of humanity, insanity, and sociopathy. But it's worth noting that she believes machines have souls. And we all know one thing: even machines can be evil. It doesn't matter who you are, you can either have a soul or you cannot have. Everything goes to understand. But Hermit has a crisis of faith. She doesn't want to be saved. She just wants to be left alone. She's staring there, completely empty, emotionless, because she is just that hurt inside. Something happened. And also, it seems that Witch is the only one to call Siggy the Demon King. The rest seems to just call him Siggy. I guess he must have been casual. But yeah, Siggy appears to have been an all-loving hero. He sincerely believed that everyone had soul. However, Hermit no longer believes that. Can Shiki change her mind? Well, he has to, if he had to reach Mother. So yeah, I mean, a dark chapter, as promised, both the end and the introduction of Jamiroff. I'm still just a bit worried where the story is heading, but yeah, Hermit's crisis of faith was very heartbreaking, but Jamiroff, he quickly established himself as a complete sociopath. The NCPs of guilds are pretty interesting. I'm just wondering, what does Draken Joe have to do with guilds? Is he hunting for Hermit? Or is he just having fun? Note, the 6 demon generals were said to be powerful enough to destroy planets. So the problem is, when Shiki defeats them, people are gonna complain. But I believe he will. So give me your thoughts if you have any.